Hello everybody, my name is Mitchell Brewer of Black Cat Sports, and today we've got some breaking news. Silly season is off and running here on May 2nd, 2023. It seems like this just gets started earlier and earlier each and every year. And yes, the big breaking news today, Legacy Motor Club and its two teams and its two drivers, Erik Jones and Noah Gragson, will be moving from Chevrolet to Toyota beginning with the 2024 season. Let's take a look at what was said here. Legacy Motor Club and Toyota Racing just sent out this press release detailing some of the news here today. First statement comes from Jack Hollins, Executive Vice President of Toyota Motor North America and President of Toyota Motor Sales. All of us at Toyota are thrilled to add Legacy Motor Club to our NASCAR family. While Toyota's tenure in NASCAR has yielded on-track success, our proudest accomplishments are those relationships that have been built off the track. Jimmie Johnson and Maury Gallagher, along with the great club that Legacy MC is assembling, will be a great addition to our existing Cup Series team partners with Joe Gibbs Racing and 23XI Racing, who are truly a part of our family. Later on in the press release, they give a statement from Jimmie Johnson, co-owner of Legacy Motor Club. Maury Gallagher and I are very excited about the partnership with Toyota and TRD beginning in 2024. We admire and respect the level at which Toyota conducts their business in the sport and look forward to forging a new legacy for the future. I will always be appreciative of Chevrolet and everything we have accomplished together. I'm so thankful they took a chance on a kid from California so long ago and proud that the history books will forever memorialize our record-breaking success that we shared. And then a quote from David Wilson, president of TRD. We are humbled and delighted to welcome Legacy Motor Club into the Toyota and TRD NASCAR family. Jimmie Johnson and Maury Gallagher have impressed us with their long-term vision and commitment to building a championship-caliber organization. More importantly, their character and values are aligned with ours and our current Cup Series partners, Joe Gibbs Racing and 23XI Racing, 2311, sorry. Of course, we look forward to being reunited with our old friends Erik Jones and Noah Gragson. Of course, both Erik Jones and Noah Gragson, former Joe Gibbs, Jones being a Joe Gibbs driver, Noah Gragson being a Joe Gibbs Development Racing driver. And wow, there are so many things to unpack with this. First off, the big story just a couple weeks ago at Talladega was that Toyota just didn't have the same numbers that Chevrolet and Ford had. And now they add two pieces to the puzzle, a third team that, and really when you look at it from a Legacy Motor Club's part, yes, they had success last season with Erik Jones, but this season they have just not been nearly as competitive as they were. And you look at where they were on the Chevrolet echelon, I'd say they're probably right above the bottom tier. I mean, you have Live Fast, who's down there. But other than that, I think they're probably, let's count it out. You have Hendrick, who are the top dogs. Trackhouse, who are there, who are also pretty big top dogs. Richard Childress Racing, who are there. And I would say probably have a little bit more support than Legacy Motor Club. And then finally you get to 4, Legacy Motor Club, right after these 3 big teams. And you could even throw Kaulig in there at the same level on that. So you're sharing fourth with another team. It's just one of those things where when you look at it, it does make sense. But then you just take in everything with it that is just so crazy. You take in the fact that, one, the number 43, the most iconic number in the sport of NASCAR, is now going to be with Toyota. And I mean, I'm not speaking any lies here. The stereotypical NASCAR fan base is going to be outraged by this. I mean, you've always seen those memes where like Dale Earnhardt driving a Toyota or stuff like that, where it's all comical and a joke just to troll people. This is real life. The 43 will be a Toyota next season. I'm willing to bet you that they're probably going to continue with the iconic 43 font that made the number famous in the sport of NASCAR. it'd be kind of dumb not to, because that's how they get a lot of partner attention, is with having that iconic number and having Richard Petty, who isn't listed as a team owner but an ambassador. It's just crazy to think about. You never really expected something like this to happen, but at the same time, it just makes so much sense. And then you think about the history, and Jimmie Johnson talked about it in his statement. Jimmie Johnson is a guy that I think you think of like the most successful Chevy drivers out there. He's definitely either 1 or 1A when you compare him to Dale Earnhardt Sr., who also had 7 championships. You could probably throw Jeff Gordon in that list too. I personally don't, just because he doesn't have the 7 championships. That's a whole different subject for a different video. But either way, you have Jimmie Johnson, who is Chevrolet, no longer being that guy for Chevrolet. He is a Toyota guy now, moving forward into 2024. That's just crazy in itself too, and the historical implications of that. And if we even see Jimmie Johnson compete next season, I mean, there's no word on what his schedule would look like next season, but Jimmie Johnson could very easily be driving a different manufacturer for the first time in his career next season, which is just mind-boggling when you consider the success that Jimmie Johnson had with Chevrolet, a partnership you never really thought would end. And it's coming to a close. And again, you talk about historical changes. You just look at how quickly Richard Petty, Petty Enterprises, Richard Petty Motorsports, Petty GMS, now Legacy Motor Club has changed in such a quick order of time. The oldest NASCAR team in the entire series, a team that's essentially been around since the beginning. Now, no Petty in the name, now a Toyota. It is just wild. And now you go and look at the drivers. 2 guys that were, I would say, pretty big free agents looking into the market. You have Erik Jones, who I think a lot of people considered maybe a guy that could take over the number 4, although there's been a lot of rumors this weekend that suggest that maybe somebody else is going to be taking over that number 4 ride. You just see that he's off the market now. And this is a guy that a lot of people talk highly of, and rightfully so. This is a guy that went out and won the Southern 500 and is now under the Toyota umbrella, which, I mean, is a huge, huge grab for Toyota. You now have guys like Tyler Reddick, who was a Chevy guy, who proved to be very good and maybe not the best of equipment. And you have Erik Jones back in the Toyota umbrella after being kind of pushed out from Joe Gibbs Racing. He's back in there now. You got 2 very good young superstars. And then you also have this third guy named Noah Gragson, who we really haven't seen it in the Cup Series yet, but he has proven himself to be a worthy competitor in the Xfinity Series and a great personality to have. I mean, regardless what you think of the guy, he's making headlines every other week, and he's on TV every other week, even if he's not running up front. He knows how to get the camera on him, which is an important thing to have in a race car driver, especially in a sport that relies very heavily on money. And going back to, I mean, you can throw Noah Gragson into this too. It takes 2 guys off the possibilities of replacing Kevin Harvick next season. And it really kind of dwindles the amount of guys that you have left. You have Josh Berry, who's been heavily rumored. And you have, who else? Maybe Ricky Stenhouse, although do you really see Ricky Stenhouse leaving the 47 team after they've had a pretty successful season? And really, you look at his numbers, would it really be that big of a shift and change to go to Stewart-Haas Racing? Probably not. I mean, it really narrows the options down and takes a big name in Erik Jones off the market. It's just absolutely wild. I'm blown away by this news, and I'm very intrigued to hear what you guys have to think about it. Are you happy for Legacy Motor Club? Maybe they're going to be more successful. Or are you one of these fans that's really genuinely mad that this iconic team of NASCAR is now with a manufacturer that a good portion of the fan base isn't the biggest fans of for whatever reason. It's super interesting. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. If you like this video, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook at Black Hat Sports. If you hated this video, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and follow us at Black Hat Sports, because we welcome everybody. We welcome the lovers. We welcome the haters. We welcome everybody. I love talking about NASCAR with you guys, and I really, really want to hear your thoughts, especially on something like this really groundbreaking story here in the NASCAR Cup Series, and look forward to seeing what's next in the silly season. We're off and rolling. It's only May 2nd, but who knows what's going to happen next. As always, my name is Mitchell Brewer, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week.